we don't live in a world where people don't hate other people because of the color of their skin. And see, the thing about it is, this thing with the racism and the hatred and the systematic setup of this world, it is so deep and it's so intricate. I can't even go into the depth of it in this conference this morning. I would like to, but hey, it's for another conference. Maybe I'll do a deeper, I don't want to say teaching, but another conference regarding it. But it just goes so deep that you're just gonna have to trust in God, because God is the righteous judge. And for judges out there that are just throwing out sentences and not really trying to um, get people help, like mental help or anything like that, and maybe a lot of them may feel like, well, that's not their responsibility. But I tell you, what is God's responsibility? And that is to make sure that you reap what you sow, because it's so easy. And I'm not saying that any judge like that is at fault for the crime that somebody else committed, because armed robbery, that's a serious thing, because somebody's life may have been in jeopardy or whatever if it was armed robbery. But I just feel like a lot of times that we could help people, not we, but the people that are in charge of this world or whatever could help people instead of taking people's lives away. I'm not saying that people shouldn't be sentenced for crimes, but I'm saying that there should be more rehabilitation places built and more counseling for people to help people, because it doesn't hurt to sit down and listen at a person's situation. Maybe that person lost their job, maybe they didn't have any money, they were hungry, and their backs were up against the wall, so they said they felt like the only thing they could do was go out and commit a crime. Well, I'm not saying that people should not be punished, but at the same time there should be something set up out there to help people get on their feet so that they don't feel the need to commit a crime. Because the thing about it is, we live, oh my gosh, you know what, it's too much to say. I'll put it this way: nobody in this world can point the finger at anybody else, because to talk about armed robbery, the United States was gained under armed robbery. It belongs to the Native Americans, and definitely weapons were used to confiscate this land. That's all I have to say about it. So before people want to point the finger at other people who had their backs up against the wall, I'm telling you, pot can't call kettle black. And we need, as a society as a whole, to pull together to help people instead of pointing the fingers at people. When we see people are in bad situations and dire straits, people need to hold out a helping hand to help that person before they go and do something to destroy their lives. Because let me tell you something, there are people out there that are more than ready, more than eager to help you destroy yourself. I'm here to help you kill yourself. Because in doing something like that, it is like killing your own life. But at the same time, a lot of people feel like they don't have a choice. And a lot of people, I'm not saying that God isn't there and that you can't talk to God and that God isn't a way maker. But when you look at things from a natural perspective, a lot of times it seems like they don't have a choice but to do what they got to do. In life, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. You got to speak realistically. You got to do what you got to do, because you know what? Everybody else is. So whereas that man went out and committed armed robbery, there could be somebody out there right now walking around in a two-piece suit, driving an expensive car, living in a fancy house, pointing the finger at him, but you just did some dirt behind the scenes, whereas your crime is no more smaller than his. So we can't point the finger at people, because anytime people point the finger at somebody, they've got three pointing back at themselves. Now, his whole life has been taken. But then, people have to be careful about when they are in an authority position, because there is a golden rule: do unto others as you would have others do unto you. But there's also this thing, whereas whatever is sown will be reaped. So however somebody is treated in this world, um, whoever treats them badly, or if they treat them good, they're going to get it back. You can't drop seeds and expect them not to come up. Um, everybody's going to get a taste of their own medicine one day. Whether that medicine is sweet or sour, that's up to the individual. But because medicine is supposed to have a healing property. But in saying that, it means whatever you dish out, you get back. And my point is this, karma. I can't say it like I want to say it, but karma is something else. I've heard that there's a such thing as good karma, and I know there's a such thing as bad karma, I believe. If I'm incorrect, Lord, forgive me for that. But I got to say, a lot of people got a lot of dirt to reap in this world. And the thing about it is, people really, they don't believe in God. And I believe that's why they really try to conceal God. They try to hide the Bible, because the Bible is a book of conviction also. It's not only a navigation book. It's not only a history book. It's not only the word in the mouth of God. But it is a book of conviction. It is a book where one day the people that judge you, they will be judged. And whatever amount of mercy was lended to you, maybe that's the amount that will be lended towards them. And whatever amount of mercy was not lended towards you, well, perhaps that'll be the amount of mercy that will not be lended towards them, because God is a merciful God, but he's a righteous judge. And 43 years for armed robbery, that's too much time. And I don't care who don't like what I got to say. And at the same time, I'm not saying he shouldn't be punished, because what if he had gone in, because I got to look at things from the perspective of the person that was the victim. And fortunately, hopefully nobody got hurt or anything. But, and of course, I'm not putting that out there to try to in any way lessen the effect of that type of a crime. But at the same time, y'all, it's two sides to every story. And people don't know what people are going through out here. And then, in another flip of the coin, look at the person that's out there trying to earn an honest living, and then they've got somebody standing in their face waving a weapon talking about giving me your money. So, like I said, this world has made people prey to predators. And it's the wicked people that run the world that have made it this way. Whoever structured all of this bull crap that's around us, this stupid matrix that is around us, that is somebody else's imagination that they want us to play into. But there's nothing like stepping out of the matrix, because that's when you truly see. And I just want to send a word of encouragement to somebody out there tonight, that before you make a decision that can ruin your life and place your life in the hands of your enemies, go have a talk with Jesus and ask him to work things out for you. Ask him to send somebody into your life, or you cross paths with somebody, or just wait, I say, upon the Lord. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. And that's the word for this morning. God bless you all until next time. Bye-bye. Give it to Jesus. Give it to Jesus. The Lord will make a way somehow.